In this video, I'm going to show you how you can use the online presentations that you've been developing in a blended learning and classroom-based environments. What I have here across the top are symbols that represent various types of building blocks of learning experiences. So this first one is a resource that could be a video or an article or something like that, and it's delivered in an online asynchronous environment as noted here at the bottom of the symbol. Next to it is a practice activity, such as a case study or something of that nature, and that's actually delivered in a classroom environment, as noted in that symbol. The following is a dialogue, such as a discussion. The next one is a feedback element, such as instructor feedback that you might provide to your learners. And the final one is an assessment artifact, or something that a student produces that you can use to assess their performance on a given learning objective. So what I want to do here is actually show you how you can bring in your online presentations that you developed into a much broader classroom blended environment to really gain some benefit from how these pieces are used together. So what I'm going to have here is begin building actually a classroom experience. I'm going to start by bringing in a practice activity that happens in a classroom, and then next I'm going to actually have my students begin to discuss that particular practice activity when they're done. So we'll notice that there's kind of a relationship here between these two elements. Now also, while the students are giving the practice activity, I may go around and actually begin providing feedback on their performance of this practice exercise. Now there's a problem here though, because I've put the students within this practice exercise in the classroom environment, but I really haven't primed their learning process. And this is where your online presentation that you develop can really come into play. That's noted here by this small symbol here with the square. So if a student is able to complete that presentation prior to coming to the classroom, then that allows them to prime their learning when they're actually working in the classroom environment. So your time is not spent delivering any sort of content here, it's spent aiding and helping their learning process along. Now the final piece that I'm going to note in here is actually the assessment artifact, and that is actually delivered in the online asynchronous environment. So what's going to happen here is as soon as the student completes the dialogue or the discussion within the classroom, they're going to go back online after the class is finished and actually work on that assessment exercise. And then at that point, you might be able to go in and assess their performance on that final exercise at that point. So in this particular example, I've been able to show you a very simple blended learning model that really is based on using this online presentation that we've been designing as the content source to help enable this entire classroom-based learning environment to happen, and also the ability for the student to demonstrate their performance using the online asynchronous environment.